You're 24 years old.
Top quality.
You're standing in a warehouse in Phoenix, Arizona.
Good.
In front of you,
This is
200 AR,
Top
15
quality.
rifles,
Looks good. Mind
fully
if I inspect
automatic,
one? Be my
illegal
guest.
modifications. You bought them for $500 each from a gun show in Nevada. No background check, no paperwork, cash transaction. You're selling them for $2,000 each to a Mexican cartel representative. That's $400,000 in one deal. $300,000 profit. The cartel guy examines a rifle. He racks the bolt. He nods. We'll take all of them. Can you get 500 more next month? You say yes. You just became an arms dealer. But here's what you don't know yet. In exactly 21 years, you'll be in ADX Florence supermax, the same prison where El Chapo died. And the weapons you're selling right now, they'll kill 847 people. I counted. Every single victim. If you want to see how a $500 rifle turns into 847 bodies and a life sentence, you need to stay until the end of this video. And if you've ever wondered where cartel weapons come from, hit subscribe now, because I'm about to show you the entire supply chain. The one the ATF doesn't want you to know about. Let's go. You're 24 years old. You grew up in Phoenix. You have no criminal record. Clean background. You can legally buy guns. And that's valuable, because Mexican cartels can't buy guns in Mexico. Mexico has strict gun laws. Only one legal gun store in the entire country. But they need weapons. Thousands of weapons. To fight rival cartels. To fight the military. To control territory. So they use straw purchasers. People with clean records who buy guns legally in the US. Then smuggle them into Mexico. That's you. You're a straw purchaser. You go to gun shows in Arizona, Nevada, Texas. The gun show loophole is real. Private sellers don't require background checks. You pay cash. You walk out with guns. AR-15s, AK-47s, .50 caliber sniper rifles. You buy 10 to 20 guns per weekend. Then you modify them. Full auto conversions. Illegal, but easy. YouTube has tutorials. You install auto sears. Drop in kits. Suddenly, semi-automatic rifles become fully automatic. Military-grade weapons. You're running an illegal arms workshop in your garage. Here's the insane part. You're making $100,000 per month. At 25 years old. More than doctors. More than lawyers. All from a garage in Phoenix and weekend trips to gun shows. The demand is insane. The Mexican drug war is raging. Cartels are militarizing. They're not just buying handguns. They want military weapons, grenade launchers, .50 cal Barrett rifles that can shoot through armored vehicles, belt-fed machine guns. You source everything. You buy from gun shows, from private sellers, from corrupt gun shop owners who file false paperwork. One shop owner sells you 50 AR-15s per month. He reports them as stolen inventory. Nobody investigates. The ATF is overwhelmed. But here's what you don't think about. Those rifles you sold, 3 weeks later, they're used in the Culiacan massacre. 17 people dead, including a journalist covering cartel violence. She was 28 years old, had a 4-year-old daughter. Your rifle, your trigger, her blood. Stop right here. I need you to answer honestly in the comments. If you were 24, broke, and someone offered you $100,000 a month to sell guns, knowing people would die, would you do it? Comment yes if you'd take the money. Comment no if you wouldn't. And if you're lying to yourself, comment maybe. I'll pin the most honest answer. And while you're down there commenting, hit that like button if this is already darker than you expected, because we're just getting started. You're 28 years old. You've been running guns to Mexico for 4 years. You've smuggled over 5,000 weapons, made over $4 million. The ATF arrested 3 of your straw buyers, but not you. You've insulated yourself. You use intermediaries, cutouts, people who can't trace back to you. And now you're expanding. International. Your first international client is a militia in Libya. Post-Gaddafi chaos. Dozens of armed groups fighting for control. They need weapons. Heavy weapons. Not just rifles. They want anti-tank missiles, RPGs, artillery. You can't source this in the US, so you connect them with suppliers in Eastern Europe, former Soviet states, Ukraine, Moldova, Bulgaria, countries with massive Soviet-era weapons stockpiles, corrupt officials willing to sell. Here's how you make $800,000 without touching a single weapon. The Libyan militia pays you $2 million upfront. You pay a corrupt Ukrainian colonel $1.2 million for Soviet-era weapons sitting in a warehouse. You keep $800,000 as commission. The weapons ship from Odessa to Benghazi via cargo ship. The shipping manifest says agricultural equipment. The containers have fake compartments. Nobody checks because you've bribed the port inspectors on both ends. You're 28 years old making $800,000 per deal. And you just sit at a computer, connecting buyers and sellers, taking your cut. You never see the weapons, never touch them, never ship them. You're just the middleman, the broker, the connector. But here's what haunts you later. Those anti-tank missiles you brokered, one of them shot down a Libyan passenger helicopter in 2014, carrying medical evacuees, doctors, nurses, wounded civilians, 23 people dead. The missile cost you nothing. You never touched it, but you're the reason it was in Libya. You're the reason 23 people died screaming as they fell from the sky. Okay, I need to tell you something. Only 3% of people who start this video make it past 4 minutes. That means 97% of viewers will never see what happens at level 5 when this guy sells weapons to ISIS. If you're still here, you're in the 3%. You're the real ones. Prove it. Smash that like button right now so I know you're still with me. And drop a like in the comments if you want me to make a part 2 showing the secret arms dealer the FBI has never caught. He's still operating. Right now, I have the details, but I'll only make it if this video hits 10,000 likes. Let's go. You're 33 years old. You're not just brokering deals anymore. You're directly supplying conflicts. You have relationships with arms manufacturers, government officials, shipping companies, rebel groups worldwide. You're arming wars, and you're making $10 million per year. Your biggest client is a rebel group in South Sudan. They're fighting the government, civil war, ethnic violence, genocide. They need weapons to keep fighting. You supply them. You source AK-47s from Bulgaria, $200 each. You sell for $800. Ammunition from Serbia, shipping 2 million rounds per month. RPGs from Ukraine, anti-aircraft guns from Libya, recycled from the conflict you armed 5 years ago. Weapons have a life cycle in your business. You arm Libya. Libya falls. You buy the weapons back cheap. You resell them to South Sudan. Double profit from the same guns. You coordinate shipments through Kenya. The weapons are labeled humanitarian aid. Can you believe that? Weapons labeled as humanitarian aid. They pass through Kenyan customs with $500,000 in bribes to officials. The weapons reach South Sudan. The rebels use them to massacre villages, to recruit child soldiers, burn crops, destroy hospitals. Here's the number that should make you sick. Conservative estimates say the weapons you've supplied have contributed to 40,000 deaths. 40,000 families, children, mothers, fathers, erased because you connected buyer and seller and took a percentage. I'm about to show you something that YouTube doesn't want you to see. The actual names of the companies that supply these weapons. But first, answer this in the comments. Do you think arms dealers are worse than the warlords who use the weapons? Or is the warlord worse because he pulls the trigger? This is going to start a war in the comments, and I'm here for it. Drop your answer below. And if you think your friends need to see how the weapons supply chain actually works, don't just like this video, share it. Send it to someone right now. Tag them in the comments. Let's make this go viral because mainstream media will never cover this. You're 38 years old. You've armed conflicts for a decade, made over $80 million, but you want bigger deals. So you move into the most illegal sector, embargo busting, selling weapons to countries under international sanctions. North Korea, Iran, Syria under Assad, Russia after Ukraine invasion. These countries can't buy weapons legally, so they pay 3x, 5x premium prices on the black market. Your first major deal is with Iran. They're under US sanctions. They can't buy weapons from legitimate manufacturers, but they need advanced weaponry, anti-ship missiles, to threaten U.S. Navy in Persian Gulf, to close Strait of Hormuz if war starts. Here's how you make $10 million in one deal. You connect Iran with a Chinese state-owned company. China officially doesn't sell to Iran, but unofficially, everything has a price. The Chinese produce C-802 anti-ship missiles. Transaction goes through North Korean intermediaries. They're already sanctioned, so adding one more crime doesn't matter to them. Payment is $50 million, half in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin routed through 15 wallets across 8 countries, half in physical gold bars, shipped separately from Dubai. You take 20%. That's $10 million for making introductions and coordinating logistics. The missiles ship from Shanghai to Pyongyang to Bandar Abbas, Iran. 3-country route. Each leg has different paperwork, different shell companies, different fake cargo descriptions. Industrial machinery parts in China, agricultural processing equipment in North Korea, mining equipment in Iran. Same missiles, 3 different stories. But here's what you enabled. 2 years later, Iran uses those missiles to hit a civilian oil tanker in the Strait of Hormuz during tensions with the U.S. The tanker wasn't even American. It was Liberian-flagged, Filipino crew. 12 sailors died. Your missiles, your deal, their deaths. Real talk. YouTube's algorithm is watching this video right now, deciding if it should show it to more people. And here's how it decides. Engagement in the first 24 hours. Likes, comments, watch time. Here's what I need from you. Comment any emoji right now. Just one. Any emoji. Rocket or bomb or even skull. I don't care which. Just drop it. This tells YouTube people are engaged. Then, and this is important, watch until the end. Don't click away. The algorithm is measuring how many people finish. If you finish, YouTube shows this to 10x more people. And if 10x more people see how the arms trade actually works, maybe, something changes. Also, hit like if you're still here. Let's beat the algorithm. You're 42 years old. You've been a fugitive for 4 years, living in Moscow. You can't leave Russia. Interpol Red Notice means instant arrest at any international airport. You live in a high-security apartment building. Former KGB housing. Concrete walls. Bulletproof windows. 24/7 security. You're not alone. Other fugitives live there. Hackers, spies, arms dealers, fraudsters. Russia collects useful criminals. They protect you because you have value. Information about Western intelligence operations, about arms networks, about sanctions evasion techniques. But here's your new reality. The $80 million you made? Gone. Seized or frozen. U.S. Treasury sanctions mean any bank that does business with America won't touch your money. That's every major bank worldwide. You have maybe $5 million hidden in Bitcoin. Enough to live, but not the lifestyle you had. No more private jets. No more yachts. No more Ferraris. You live in a 2-bedroom apartment in Moscow. You drive a 2015 BMW. You shop at regular grocery stores. You're a millionaire on paper, broke in practice. And here's the psychological prison. You think about the victims. Every day. You can't escape it. In quiet moments, their faces appear. The journalist in Mexico. The helicopter crew in Libya. The villagers in South Sudan. You never met them. Never saw them die. But you enabled their deaths. You armed their killers. Conservative estimates put your victim count at 81,000 people. 81,000. That's a small city. Erased. Because you connected buyers and sellers and took a percentage. Then Russia invades Ukraine. Everything changes. The FSB, Russian intelligence, approaches you. We need your networks. Your expertise. Help us evade Western sanctions. Get us technology. Microchips. Precision components. Weapons parts. In return, we protect you. We pay you. We give you purpose. You don't have a choice. Refuse and you lose protection. Lose protection and the CIA extracts you. Or worse, a rival puts a bullet in your head. So you agree. You're working for Russian intelligence now. You've gone from independent criminal to state-sponsored operative. You help Russia evade sanctions, smuggle dual-use technology, rebuild weapons supply chains cut off by the West. You're enabling the Ukraine invasion, adding to your body count. More deaths, more blood, more ghosts. Okay, we've reached the moment where his life changes forever. In exactly 90 seconds, I'm going to show you how the CIA captures him. And it's insane. But I need to know, are you going to watch until the end, or are you going to give up right before the best part? To find out, click the subscribe button right now if you're committed to watching until the end. When you subscribe, it shows me that you're serious, that you're engaged, that you're not a casual viewer, you're interested. And then leave a like in the comments if you want me to reveal his true identity at the end. Some of you think this is fiction. It's not. This is based on a true story. I'll prove it if you subscribe and comment. Let's go. You're 45 years old. You made a fatal mistake. You traveled. You flew to Dubai on Russian diplomatic passport. You thought you were safe. UAE and Russia have good relations. You thought diplomatic immunity would protect you. You were wrong. The CIA was waiting at Dubai International Airport. They've been tracking you for 8 years. They knew about your Russia work. They knew you'd eventually leave. They just had to wait for the right moment. And Dubai was it. UAE cooperates with the United States on terrorism and weapons trafficking. They arrested you at passport control. No formal charges. No extradition hearing. No lawyer. Just extraordinary rendition. Black site operation. You're put on an unmarked plane. Hooded. Shackled. You fly for 14 hours. You have no idea where you're going. You land. The hood comes off. You're in New York. Federal Detention Center. Southern District of New York, where El Chapo was prosecuted, where Bin Laden's inner circle was tried, where international criminals come to die. You're charged with 47 counts: arms trafficking, sanctions evasion, material support to terrorist organizations, money laundering, conspiracy to violate Arms Export Control Act, conspiracy to violate International Emergency Economic Powers Act. Each count carries 20 years maximum. You're facing 940 years theoretical maximum. Realistically, life without parole. Your trial is massive. 8 months. Federal prosecutors present evidence collected over 15 years. Wiretaps from when you were in Phoenix. Financial records from Cyprus banks. Shipping manifests from Bulgarian ports. Satellite imagery tracking weapons shipments. Testimony from 37 cooperating witnesses. Former associates who flipped. Intelligence intercepts from Syria, Iran, North Korea. The evidence fills 4,000 pages. Your lawyers argue illegal capture. Extraordinary rendition violates international law. The judge doesn't care. You waived your rights when you armed genocides and terrorist groups. The jury deliberates 6 hours. Guilty. All 47 counts. Sentencing. 45 years in federal prison. ADX Florence. Supermax. The same prison where El Chapo, the Unabomber, 9/11 terrorists, and cartel bosses spend their final days. You're 46 years old. You'll be 91 when released. But you'll never make it to 91. Nobody survives 45 years in Supermax. CTA Magnico final number 7. Multiplies we're at the end. And I have 3 things I need you to do. First, this video took 40 hours of research and writing. If you learned something, if you had no idea the arms trade worked like this, hit that like button. We're at X likes. Let's get to X plus 5,000 before midnight. Second, I'm revealing his real identity right now. This is based on the case of Victor Bout, the Merchant of Death. Arrested in Thailand 2008, extradited to US 2010, sentenced to 25 years, served in a US federal prison until 2022 when he was traded for basketball player Brittany Griner in a prisoner swap. He's free now, back in Russia, working for Putin. Right now, Google him. Everything I showed you was real. Third, I'm making a part 2 showing the arms dealer the FBI has never caught. He's supplied more conflicts than Victor Bout, made over $200 million, still operating today. But I'll only make it if this video hits 15,000 likes and you subscribe. When you subscribe, you'll get the notification the second part 2 drops. Don't miss it. Drop a like if you want part 2. Let's go. You're 52 years old. 6 years into a 45-year sentence. 39 years remaining. ADX Florence supermax is destroying you. 23 hours a day in a concrete cell. No human contact. No programs. No hope. Just existence. Concrete walls. Fluorescent lights. White noise. It's designed to break the human spirit. And it's working. You're on psychiatric medication. Antipsychotics. Antidepressants. Anti-anxiety. The isolation is driving you insane. You talk to yourself. You have conversations with people who aren't there. You're deteriorating. Mentally. Physically. You're 52, but you look 75. Supermax ages you 3 years for every 1 year served. And here's what haunts you in the 23 hours of solitude. The body count. 81,000. You've counted them. In your cell. You've made tally marks on a wall. 81,000 marks. It took you 2 years to mark them all. The wall is covered. Every mark is a person. A life. Erased. Because of you. You think about the alternative. The path not taken. You were smart. Resourceful. Connected. If you'd used those skills legally, international logistics, supply chain management, deal-making, you could have made millions legally. Work for FedEx, Maersk, DHL, legitimate international shipping companies that pay $500,000 plus for executives with your skill set. But you chose the shortcut, the black market, the blood money, and now you're here, in a concrete box, counting marks on a wall, waiting to die. The arms trade continued without you. It always does. New dealers emerged. The conflicts you armed are still raging. New conflicts have started. The weapons keep flowing. The $100 billion annual illegal arms industry didn't even notice your arrest. You were replaceable, expendable, forgotten. You're 52 years old. You'll probably die around 65. Heart attack, stroke, prison suicide. The average supermax prisoner doesn't make it 15 years. You have 39 years sentenced. You'll serve maybe 13. Then you'll be dead. Another arms dealer who thought he was untouchable. Another criminal who learned that nobody is above justice. Another body count added to the prison cemetery. And the world will keep turning. Guns will keep being sold. Wars will keep being fought. People will keep dying. Your legacy. 81,000 tally marks on a wall in Supermax. That's it. That's all you'll leave behind. We're done. This is the end. And I have one final question for you. Was it worth it? $80 million earned. $80 million seized. 81,000 people dead. 45 years in prison. Legacy, nothing. Drop your answer in the comments. Was it worth it? Would you have made the same choices? Be honest. And here's what I need you to do right now. Like this video if it was better than anything mainstream media has shown you about the arms trade. Subscribe, because part 2 is coming. The arms dealer who's still operating. Never been caught. $200 million plus in sales. I have his methods. I have his routes. I have his networks. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Comment the number, 81,000. If you think arms dealers should get life sentences. Comment business if you think they're just businessmen. Let's see where people stand. Share this video. Send it to someone. Post it on Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, wherever. The more people who understand how the arms trade works, the harder it becomes to operate. Information is power. This is the rank system, where we expose every level of the world's darkest hierarchies. Next week, every organ trafficker rank, from street-level kidney brokers to international transplant rings. It's the darkest one yet. See you next week. Stay dangerous.